There wasn't really a scene in Seattle or Portland, and everything was happening up here in Vancouver. And from the moment I started playing, I was aware that Vancouver had the best punk rock scene, at least on the West, at least in my nearest radar. And I came to find out in the years following that it wasn't only just the best punk rock scene in the Pacific Northwest, it was maybe the best punk rock scene in the world. And it was just 130 miles from Seattle. And the only, I was 14, 15, 16 when I first started coming up here. And the only obstacle that was really posed was getting across the border, and that was easily solved with a forged note, from your parents, from your mom. And so we started coming up here and playing the Buddha whenever, weekday nights, whenever we could get in. And, of course, DOA was from here, and Subhumans, and Modern. It's just such great bands. And I got to know a lot of guys in a lot smaller bands from Vancouver, because we'd end up opening for, just random bands. Like we were talking about East Van Halen, and it was a great community. You could stay at somebody's house all the time. It was my first real experience with, punk rock. Later, going on tour, there was a great community of being able to crash on people's floors at their houses, or even at the clubs. And punk rock was great in that aspect, that you had this. It's before the internet, of course, before any of that, but you had this network of places you could go and stay, and maybe eat, whatever, but maybe get gas money somehow. But